Om Shri Sai Ram. I am Sudha Ramprasad, a trustee in Shri Paripurna Sanatana Charitable Trust. With the grace and blessings of Pujya Swamiji, Shri Professor Dr. Shri A.V. Srinivasan Swamiji, who has given us the opportunity to do seva here, we are contributing our little mite here. Shri K.S. Ramprasad has given the details of the project, COVID Care Center that we are planning to start here. I will give you a little brief on this too. So IKEA, in collaboration with Sri Paripurna Sanatana Charitable Trust, is taking forward the objective of promoting some of our ancient healing systems. We are using multiple approaches towards realizing this opportunity. One, through revival of ancient healing systems. Two, that is, and others, we are planning to revive them through a continuing process of acquiring knowledge from existing masters, by enlisting the support of the masters in the project, creating awareness in the society by presenting them with evidences from scientific studies, creating opportunities for the public to learn some of these healing systems, creating job and placement opportunities after successful training. And secondly, by way of providing treatment at our centers in India, and we also propose to do so in other countries too. Ayush Ministry has given clear guidelines to be followed by the Vaidyas and doctors of some of the important alternative healing systems. These are the result of considerable research and study. The focus now being on COVID-19, we too shall shift our focus for a while on our approach to managing COVID-19. Excuse me. This would be a three-point perspective: prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation. We have planned an integrated approach to COVID care, curating from the best practices, scientific evidence, and experiences of Vaidyas from Siddha, Ayurveda, and Yoga. Our experienced Ayurveda Vaidyas will let you know in detail about the Ayurveda approach to COVID-19 care and management. I shall briefly talk about the role of yoga in COVID care, prevention, support during conventional treatment, and rehabilitation. There is currently increased awareness and interest in yoga, and there are any number of good research papers published in high impact journals on the efficacy of yoga, covering the gamut of lifestyle diseases. Yoga, an ancient subtle science, is defined in the Bhagavad Gita as Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam meaning balance, equipoise, and in terms of body, homeostasis, focusing on bringing harmony in body, mind, and consciousness. Scientific evidence indicates that integrated yoga, which includes asanas, pranayama, kriyas, meditation, etc., facilitates homeostatic responses involving the interaction among the nervous, endocrine, and immune systems. Bhagavad Gita also defines yoga as karmasu kaushalam, which may be explained in modern terms as a comprehensive skill set of synergistic process tools. There is evidence that yoga aids in bidirectional feedback and modulation of autonomic nervous system outputs. This is through integration between central nervous system and afferent and reafferent inputs from interoceptive processes such as the somatosensory, viscerosensory, and chemosensory. Integrated yoga techniques could promote physical as well as mental well-being, which is important in this context. There are elaborate works on yoga delineating the benefits of postures, breathing techniques, kriyas, and meditations. Some are stimulatory to the nervous and circulatory systems. Some develop coordination and concentration, while others have a calming effect on the body. Now, these latter go a long way in reducing stress. There is a positive correlation between stress and the immune system. The anxiety and stress about COVID can also adversely affect the immune system, as Swamiji has explained before. Disturbed immune systems, seen as lymphopenia and elevated C-reactive protein levels, are recognized to be the characteristic features in severely affected cases of COVID-19 infection. Extensive research has shown that systematic and customized asanas, pranayamas, meditation, and mantras could provide a broad spectrum immune buildup in the body so that viral infection could be averted and or its virulence reduced. Now, hypoxia and acute respiratory distress syndrome leads to blood coagulation, it is stated. Coagulation happens because the body's defense, anticoagulatory and fibrolytic properties are depressed. There is also metabolic acidosis. Brahmari pranayama, they say, can prevent coagulopathies and morbidity due to COVID-19 by enhancing the expression of nitric oxide and increased carbon dioxide. Alkaline pH is also increased. For those surviving severe infection, those who are weakened and debilitated by the onslaught of infection, early rehabilitation is imperative. Active mobilization is vital to early recovery for improving muscle strength, promoting better mobility when the patient is discharged from the hospital, and better quality of life outside of the hospital. So yoga would be an ideal choice because the modules are designed to meet the requirement of the COVID weakened survivors and will not further tax the individuals either physically or mentally. Instead, the practice of integrated yoga will gradually improve their strength and well-being. Yoga modules have been put together by experienced masters and validated by scientific studies that have proved efficacious in COVID care and management. These are, I should emphasize, add-ons only, supplementary to conventional treatment. However, yoga can play a significant role in psychological care and post-COVID-19 rehabilitation. The elements of the modules have different functions and help in various ways, namely by clearing the sinuses, enhancing joint flexibility, which in turn can improve blood circulation. Some of these help to expand the chest and improve cardiorespiratory functions. Nadi Shodhan Pranayama reduces the sympathetic activity and stimulates vagal or parasympathetic activity and decreases stress and anxiety. Ujjayi Pranayama increases the oxygen saturation in body. Brahmari Pranayama is said to increase nasal nitric oxide, which may improve blood flow to the ciliary epithelium and has anti-inflammatory action. Yoga Nidra brings about a reduction in sympathetic arousal and reduced emotional distress, and it also improves quality of sleep. Yoga Nidra rejuvenates the body and helps to keep the mind calm. Now, as for meditation, it helps to reduce anxiety and stress by reducing the cortisol level and enhancing the alpha brain wave. It makes the body stable and calms the mind. Meditation also balances the functions of neuroendocrine system, thereby enhancing the immune system. Now, in conclusion, we may state that integrated yoga can go a long way in the psychosocial care of those in quarantine and isolation and play a significant role in the rehabilitation of COVID-19 survivors. We have experienced yoga masters in our panel who are ready to give their support wholeheartedly for this noble cause. Om Shri Sai Ram. Jai Shri.